strong.
Hi,
All
and
right.
welcome to Funny Minds. I am your host, Lynn B., and I have my crazy, crazy co-host with me today, and he is
Edward Bess. What's going on? Today I'm excited. I'm super excited because this is a dear friend, someone who I've known for quite some time. It's been a pleasure, but he is an amazing vocalist, guitarist, writer, Mr.
Wow.
Todd Plant.
Whoa.
What is going
Hi,
I had
everyone.
The credits are rolling.
Dude, I had to beat him over the
That's
head to
such
get him
bullshit.
on here.
You mean he's lying?
I sing a little.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a bit. Just a tiny bit.
Little bit. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
It's great.
Everything's great?
I just retired from my 30-year day job
Well, congrats.
in November. And so I'm still getting used to this whole not having to go to the day gig thing. Wake up at 5 a.m. and go make parts for, satellite communications and all this.
Oh, who did you work for?
Raytheon.
We did a lot of parts for Raytheon. I was CFO of TechCast. We did a lot of,
Really?
yeah. Yeah, Raytheon was a very big vendor for us. Yes. We were in aerospace.
Very cool.
Yeah, we did aluminum
Right, yes.
castings. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just sitting around. I take the dogs to the dog park now, and I just
That's a
wait
good
for the
start.
next gig. Can't wait
Well,
to
that's the
sing
good
again.
part. That's the good part is now you have nothing
Yes.
but time to get busy and do the things that you love to do, which you do quite a bit of. I mean, Todd, let's be honest. You're probably the one guy in Tampa that has done more tributes than me.
Maybe.
No,
I don't know.
but
You've done quite a few yourself, my friend.
I've done quite a few, but just like all of us in the beginning, we take that path to make it music. We want to create, we want to write, we want to perform. Early on, you went the original route. You played with some excellent bands like Eyewitness, Millennium. You were a big part of that. Talk about some of the early days, some of the original stuff, and where you guys got started.
You want to start way back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
want to see if
way
your
back.
brain cells are still working.
I don't really remember anything. It's too bad.
Oh God, he's got Ozzy mind.
I think we all kind of do after a while.
No, I got out of high school. I went in the Navy.
Yep.
And I joined all these groups all over the
Thank
world.
you for your service.
Oh, thanks.
There you
Thanks.
go.
They call you the Navy Seabees, right?
Yeah. And we would, we're on land base. So we'd go to base, I'd form a band, we'd play for a few months, and then I'd move on to the next base and do the same thing, wash and repeat. and I got to meet so many cool people and so many different styles of music.
Mm-hmm.
And from country to jazz to bluegrass and everything. So I eventually, when I got out, I said, I have to get something going here. So I got into some metal, and that's sort of where my heart is. I love metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially like melodic type metal, where like Dio and Priest and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But then I got in a band that actually had a chance to do something, and we almost got signed to an American label, but we came out in 1992. Right about the time grunge was taking over.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were kind of a hair band, we're singing love metal. And so we got signed to a deal with a British label and headed over to Europe and did some touring and got to play in London. And it was just,
Wow.
I mean, sacred ground, man.
Yes, really.
Swinging London.
Indeed. So, we did several albums, and this whole time, the bass player for Warrant was trying to get us an American deal, but it's like right up against, he kept running into the wall because they were just only signing grunge bands. So our second album was kind of grungy, and the Japanese and Europeans hated it. I love it still.
Hated it.
It was just... it was real, it was like, that's where we were at the time.
Yeah.
And anyway, so it bombed. So we regrouped, changed the name, and went back to the original love songs. And that went over a lot better. We had some success. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
But then after that, at some point, it's a small British label. They didn't have any money. They couldn't they couldn't send us to London. Well, after going to England a couple of times, we were supposed to go to Japan, but that never panned out.
Oh, man. That would have been huge.
I know. Anyway,
for the food alone.
You're really
right.
You're right. You're right.
I know. So I got a call from a guy, just fast talking guy. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm forming a Doobie Brothers group, and I've got 3 former Doobie Brothers in the band. We're gonna go touring all over the country." I'm like, You mean we actually get paid?
Yep.
Yes.
What a concept.
Yes. I mean, I didn't get paid for 7 years, doing an original.
That's a long time.
Oh, yeah. Good thing I had the day job.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said, yes, let's do it. And it was 3 former Doobies, and we went out and did some really fun stuff for a few years. But then we, that manager that was a slick talker, he got in trouble because he was taking some liberties with the name, if you know what I mean. Like we'd show up and we'd see this banner, Miller Lite welcomes the Doobie Brothers. Like, no. You can't.
Cease and desist.
He's like selling tickets under, hey, the Doobie Brothers are here. Yeah.
Like, why are we making so much money?
And the Doobies caught wind of this. Oh, yeah. And sued the crap out of them.
Oh, wow.
Got $1 million settlement. And of course, we had to cease and desist at that point.
Okay.
But it was a good time. So then I got the idea. Why don't I make up a tribute band to the Doobie Brothers? And that's where we are now.
Okay.
One of my 6 tributes.
Oh, my God. Name them.
I've got China Grove,
China Grove,
Supernatural, Santana,
yeah. Okay.
Midnight Joker is the Steve Miller Band, the Sting Police, obviously, U2X,
yes,
and 37 Special.
Yep, which I dug. I dug the name of that. I dug it too, but and Rich did. Rich Rubin, our illustrious agent.
I like Rich. I haven't seen him in ages.
We got to come up with a new name. We got to repackage this thing.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so I got to do a lot of cool things. I was with the Alter Eagles. I did a thing called Showbiz Kids, the greatest group of musicians I've ever worked with.
Really?
I mean, everybody was from some touring act, like Tom Jones and Gloria Estefan, and it's just one right down the list. These guys were smoking musicians.
Yeah.
And it lasted about 2 years and then blew up. But I've had a lot of fun, as you have.
Oh, God, yeah.
Doing tributes. And this whole time I've been a session singer. So I've sang all kinds of albums from Iced Earth. I got to sing face to face with Ripper Owens.
Oh, man.
He was with Judas Priest for several years.
Yes.
And he's an incredible singer.
That's a hell of an experience. Because when you said Iced Earth, like I immediately, because I obviously know who they are. And I know that Ripper sang with them. So, I mean, for you to have the opportunity to step toe to toe with him, that's super cool. Yeah, for fans out there, when Rob Halford and Judas Priest, I guess they had a moment where he stepped out of the band, and Ripper Owens is the one who stepped in. And I think loosely based, I think they did the movie Rockstar, kind of loosely based on that.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, which was great. But go ahead, man. Talk about it. That's... Jeez. Did you don't you wish you had those meta glasses back then and you could have sat there and did this while you had meta glasses on and videotaped?
Yes. Oh, that would have been great. But, most of it's still up there somewhere rattling around, in my memories. So, and I have a lot of photos. Rick Derringer, we just lost him.
Yes.
And I did a controversial record with him. And that same guy, that quick talking guy,
it was about $1 million in the hole.
I got to deal with it. The deal that put the Doobies thing together also had me. He was doing a record with Rick Derringer and his band, and they were about halfway through, and Rick pulled out of it. And I didn't know any of this. He just, hey, here's some tapes, some ADAT tapes. You want to go play in the studio? Why don't you finish this record and have fun with it? And I'll pay you a few $100. Oh. And I'm like, it's Rick Derringer. I was like in a greatest hits. So I got to sing all of these great songs, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo and Still Alive and Well and Beyond the Universe. What a teenage love affair. I mean, all these great songs. He was like my hero when I was a teenager. So I finished it. I did all these backing vocals and percussion and keyboard parts and everything, and finished it up, got it mixed and gave it back to Paul Curcio. May he rest in peace. And he took it and got a deal with a California record company. And Doobies caught wind of that. That was part of the whole. It's like, trademark.
I think at that point they probably were watching you.
Yeah.
Trademark infringement.
Oh, no.
Another $1 million?
It was just.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so Rick Derringer recently, kind of sadly, I think it was mostly his, I won't say, but his people. Mm-hmm. But they wrote this scathing thing throwing me under the bus saying that this guy, Todd Plant, is making money off of Rick Derringer music. And I'm like, no. Not really. No, I'm not. I wish I were making some money.
Check my bank account. We'll
yeah.
argue that one.
I had no idea. So anyway, he put out 2 records with me on it. One, I put it out with me singing lead. Then he got a hold of the tapes and put himself on singing lead. And but he left one solo. He left a guitar solo that I played. And I'm like, he can shred that. I don't understand why he let me in solo. Because, I tried to make it sound like him. But anyway, he left it on there. And plus he said additional vocals by Todd Plant. So, but then recently he came out and kind of ripped me for doing that. And I was like, look, I didn't know. Anyway.
That's the sad part is you really don't get to respond or say anything. Yeah. It's just there.
No, yeah, you're right.
That's kind of scary and sad.
But I still have very fond memories of working, even remotely with Rick Derringer.
What did he pass away of? Was he
They
ill?
didn't say. They didn't say, but he's been sick.
Yeah, okay. Shame. Big, massive, talent. Jeez, my God, all that he's done. It's amazing. What about, and this was always one of my faves growing up that you do is Chicago or have done.
I did work with a Chicago tribute back in the late 60s, early 70s. That was like my favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
And singing Peter Cetera was, that was really a challenge because I didn't realize how difficult it would be to be in a band and sing it. You can sing along with a record all day long.
Sure.
But boy, when you're okay, go, and you're on stage, and that was very difficult singing. You have to really be 100% and clear and high and strong. And yes, cheers to Peter Cetera.
That's the trick with Chicago is how high he is and how pristine, and clear. Yeah. And the musicianship, obviously, to put together that level of musicianship is not easy.
Yeah, jazz and rock, they make good bedfellows. Look at like Steely Dan.
Sure.
Just
I like
beautiful music.
Yeah.
Didn't you do at one point or still do any crooner stuff? Some Sinatra or?
Yes. At the same time, right after I got kind of out of metal, I got in a wedding band, and for 15 years, I sang everything from Sinatra to Stevie Wonder and I mean Earth, Wind and Fire and all that.
Yeah.
Just great dance
Earth,
music.
Wind and Fire.
In a tuxedo. Hey.
Yeah.
And then I took that and made a tribute to Bublé because I did a few
that's what
Bublé
it
songs.
was. It was the Bublé.
I was like, I can do Bublé and I can do some Frank and some Dean Martin and mix it all up. And so I did that for a while. That was a lot of fun.
That's got to be a lot of fun because that's so opposite of metal.
It is.
But yet, at the same time, super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. And anybody who appreciates music has to appreciate their style and what they brought back and their style of singing, their style of writing, their lyrics. It was a whole different ball of wax. And, as a musician, you have to appreciate that, especially as a vocalist.
Yes.
It's not easy.
No, it isn't.
No.
Because no matter what tribute you're doing, people expect a level, not just for, a level of professionalism, but they expect you to sound like that artist. And well, that's how I got the gig with the former Doobies is I could sound like, Michael, what's his name? McDonald.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere. You can't even mimic Michael McDonald's, most people, like he's so unique.
That was the thing. You can't be too over the top with it, but you have to still sound like him, but you have to put your own in there. I'm still loving that.
Yes.
Still doing that quite often.
Yeah, it's tricky with the tributes, what people expect. Well, especially when you've been out there for a while, you've been doing it for a while, you've done different tributes, so you get different responses, and you've seen them all. The people who think you sound good, but you don't look like the band. People think you look like the band, but don't sound like the it's such a balancing act. But you pull it off with ease. And I think that's with the crooner stuff. I think that's the other thing is people don't realize is they make it look easy. When you watch Frank Sinatra, you watch Dean Martin, any of those cats, they make it look so smooth and effortless until you go to do it. And you're like, wait a minute, this is not, he makes it like he's not even moving his lips. It's it's crazy.
That's true.
It's crazy, but you're so diverse with what you're doing tribute-wise. And I remember walking into Randy's studio once some years back, and you guys were rehearsing the Sting, the Police.
Oh, yeah.
And I walked in, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. The Police? No one does the Police. The Police don't even do the Police anymore.
Well,
I was blown away.
Sting. Yeah, one thing about Sting is that right after they got famous, he started dropping keys. And like when they got back together and did that reunion tour, the keys were dropped down like a full step or more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm still singing the original keys mostly. That's hard stuff.
It really is.
He stays up in those clouds, but I love it. I love singing Sting. Our newest one that goes with it. We usually do like a double tribute.
Yeah.
U2 comes out and we do a U2X. We'll do that for an hour and then go off stage and I spray my hair blonde and change shirts and everything and come out. And then I have to change my accent too and sing Sting. No, I mean.
Do you do the accent?
I must have a death wish. I don't know.
That's awesome. You're like, you just come out, grab the mic, go, I literally just went backstage.
Cheers, mate.
I gained this accent. Now I sound like Martin.
Martin. Martin.
That wanker. Yeah.
We love that wanker, though.
I know. But that's, and I could talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but you know it well. You've been doing it for a long time. And it's very, very hard to be diverse with tributes, but you have an eclectic group of tributes. I mean, these are not tributes that you just throw four dudes together and go plug a couple Marshalls in. I mean, when you're doing Santana and you look at his catalog of music, you look at Steely Dan catalog of music, Eagles catalog of music. That's a lot of music that you have to, I mean, we listen to it our whole lives, but you still don't know it until you play it, especially the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare, man? How do you prepare?
Well,
especially with the lyrics.
In the car. My rehearsal is in my car.
Oh, so you do carpool karaoke with yourself.
The little thumb drive. Yeah. And I sing over and over. And then I'll download all the karaoke tracks and force myself to remember the lyric,
Yes.
not just, that's the hard part. When you've got like, 6 tributes worth of music that you've got to remember. But I just force myself, and hopefully I can keep doing this for a while. I don't know how many years, but
you know what? Don't put a number on it. I speak to so many guys, so many musicians, especially tribute musicians. They go, 5 more years. I'm like, you know what? Just enjoy yourself. Do what you do. Don't put a time frame on it. Just when the time comes, the time will come. You'll know it. There's no reason. I mean, especially right now, you're retired. You got nothing going on but your dogs, which is my dream. Just music and my animals, but I'm good. But it's one of those things that you just do it. First of all, you're blessed to be able to do it.
Right.
And you've been successful for quite some time now doing this, not just nationwide. You've been out of the country, you've been all over.
Excuse me.
Now, were you born and raised in Tampa?
Almost. I was born in upstate New York, but when I was 1 year old, my parents brought me down to Tampa.
Okay, so you were okay.
Essentially, sort of a native. I tell you what, we've lost so many brothers and sisters in music, and here we are. We're still doing it. There's a sort of an awesome responsibility on our part to keep this going and keep the music alive. Oh.
Well, I just wanted to say, I looked up Rick Derringer. He did die from complications of his bypass. He had a triple bypass 2 weeks before he died. So he had complications from that. So that's why
loss,
it happened.
It's a huge loss. And it seems to me like it's like every other week I'm hearing about somebody else. But that's life, unfortunately. But you're right, Todd. I mean, you do have a responsibility to keep paying it forward, move it forward, give the people what they love, especially in the way of tributes. Tributes are so, and have been, very big for quite some time now, and for good reasons. The acts are, you have better and better musicians getting involved, taking it way more seriously, and putting on more production, traveling, getting out there, making their rounds, meeting people, which a lot of people don't get to meet these bands, spending time. And these people, they just really appreciate it. And it took me some time, and I'm sure it took you some time to realize, because you feel goofy in the beginning, like, I'm dressing up, and you're in a club and people are staring at you like it's Halloween. But when you do it for so long and you get better at it, then you realize that these people, they view you in a different way. They view you as a rock star. They view you as, like they look at you differently. Because, the first time, let's say someone asked you for an autograph and you went, why? I'm not Michael Cetera. But they want it because you're on that stage in front of 3,000 people. And therefore, in their head, you're a rock star. You have to work through that mentally. But it is definitely an awesome responsibility.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really can't afford the tickets to go see some of these groups. I mean, the tickets are an incredible. I mean, I just got tickets for Foreigner, and they have a new singer now for October, and they were very, very expensive. And they're playing in the Hard Rock down in Atlantic City,
That shouldn't be expensive.
But it is.
Wow, Foreigner got a new singer.
I mean, I've seen Foreigner a lot of times, but, they're here, and I want to see them again. You want to get backstage. Don't lie to me. Well, if I got backstage, that would be fine. I don't think I'm gonna.
But it is, Todd. I mean, it's insane. I just went to go see AC/DC. At the Raymond James.
No, but I saw so many videos.
Oh my God, dude!
Wow, these guys are incredible. They have in their
70s. What's weird, Todd, is all these years I've taught guitar. I've taught my students how to play AC/DC. Played in an AC/DC tribute. Never seen them live. This is my first time, and they did not disappoint. I was blown away.
They're incredible.
I was blown away. But the price of the tickets,
and you sat on the floor too, Eddie.
We were on the
floor. You had floor seats,
But I'll tell you what, the show, Todd. Sound, production, Brian was flawless.
Yeah.
Which I can't even believe he could speak with that voice.
I know. It's a good point. I mean,
he's pure growl.
Yeah.
He's a Sarasota guy now. Like, have you ever met him?
Yeah, I've never met him.
No? How about Robin Zander?
I have met him.
Yeah.
Yes. He lives Safety Harbor, I think.
Oh, I thought he was Sarasota, but okay. And he's a local guy.
Yeah. Well, another local guy, Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah. Rick Derringer did his original theme song, Real American.
Okay.
And then Jimmy Hart got a hold of me in 92 or 3, somewhere in there, and hired me to do his new song that he wrote, Jimmy Hart wrote. And so it begins. And he got me to do American Made. So they used that thing. I'd hear that 10 times a day on TBS and all these stations. I wasn't really a wrestling fan, but anyway, I still see Hulk Hogan in the grocery store now and then.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, local Tampa guy,
he goes to that aquarium over by Clearwater. You know that aquarium over there?
Oh, yeah.
Clearwater he goes over. He'll just pop over there and say hello to people and stuff like that.
His house was his other house. I don't know if he's still in that same house, but his house was over by the aquarium on the other side of the bay.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if he's still there, but
no. I don't know if he lost that.
But if you see him down in Tampa, then I guess maybe he moved.
Probably. He seems like a cool guy.
I like him.
Did you get paid for that, Todd, or did you get a residual, or did you get a credit?
I wish I got a residual.
You got a pay. I did get
paid. I did get paid a couple $100 and sign this. Okay.
Yeah.
Sign away your rights to any future. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you have coming down the pipe, man? What shows have coming soon?
We're going to the Villages.
Hey, listen, I love the Villages.
Oh, God, I heard so much about that place.
I'm telling you.
The Villages are awesome.
That's a party in town.
It really is.
And we play a lot in Boca. We do Fort Pierce and Cape Coral, and we're all over the state and doing different ones. So this one we're doing Steve Miller and Doobies, but this one we're doing Santana and something else, whatever. But
you bring the right outfits.
We have to get our outfits together and rehearse them. But like Santana, he had so many different singers over the years.
Oh God, yeah.
And I have to kind of sound like each one of those guys. But yeah, we got a lot coming up. And I'm busy and I'm blessed and I'm happy. And so thank you so much for having me on this.
It was great.
Are you kidding me? It's funny till this day, I still resort back, and you'll remember this. You sang Still the Night with Gary Shutt at the Rib Fest. And I watched that video one day. I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but I stumbled upon it on YouTube and I watched it and I went, get the fuck out. And then I watched it again. And now it's like every once in a while, I just got to have it. I go to YouTube. I'm like, Still the Night, Todd Platt. And
Gary Shutt is like one of the greatest guitar players I've ever worked with.
He's a demon. Seriously. He's an absolute demon. But your vocals, I mean, for anybody who's a Whitesnake fan and knows David Coverdale, that's not easy. Again, another one, not easy to replicate or sing, period. And you crushed that.
Oh, thank you.
Crushed it.
That was a magical day. And, we played right before Rick Springfield. So all the women were pouring in.
Oh, yeah.
Right at the end of that set when we did that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Rick had some lady fans, let's just say.
Yes.
That's great, man. What a great time, man. You've been here for quite some time, just tearing it up, killing it. And I'm really glad to see that you're retired, you're happy, you're healthy. Your dog's like, Dad, I love you.
Oh, God.
Scratch my butt. And now you have all the time in the world. Just carry it on. And hopefully one day soon we'll get on stage together.
I hope so.
And do some damage.
Yeah, I'd love that, my friend. I would love that.
I'll sing for you. I'll have you play guitar, I'll sing. There you go.
Oh, no. Let's do what we do best. All right.
Come on, I kick ass in the shower.
I bet you do.
No, man. Dude. There's times where I feel like I'm killing it on vocals, and then there's times where I hear myself and I go, don't do that one again. Just don't do that one again. Just do another one. No, man. Thank you so much, Todd.
You're a consummate professional, my friend.
I try
to work with you.
I try. Shh, don't tell anybody. But no, I appreciate it, Todd. I'm glad I got you on here, and I want everybody to go out. I want everybody to find you. Where could they find you on Instagram, Facebook?
Well, just on Facebook, just Todd Plant.
Todd Plant.
Only a few
it's not J Todd Plant?
No, I took the J out because it was confusing.
Okay.
But yeah, just look me up, Todd Plant, on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Track them down, see where they're playing next. Get out and see him. Please get out and see him if you know what's good for you, because you are a shredder, a vocal shredder, a great all-around person, and a retired one. So I'm jealous. And thank you again, Todd, for making some time for us.
Yes, thank you.
For having me.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to thank all our fans for taking the time to be with us today. We're funnyminds.com. And if you go on our website, you're going to see a lot of different things. But there's 2 organizations that we're really very interested in that we promote, and that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and breast cancer. Yes. Excellent. So if you go on there, there's a big purple button and people can donate, because they do a lot of very, very wonderful things. And of course, we have our merch. Everybody's got merch in this world, and we've got it too. So you can go on and take a look at what we have. And if you like anything, by all means, buy it. If not, well, move on and get something else. But I really appreciate you, Todd, for taking the time to be with us. And I appreciate our fans for taking the time to listen to us. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to tell you that laughter is the best medicine, and that's what we have to have in this world. A lot of laughter. So bye-bye, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, be well, man.
All right, bye-bye. You too.